Greetings viewers, Eric the Car Guy here. I'm sure you're gonna get sick of seeing my 97 Subaru, or should I say our 97 Subaru. But one of the things that I need to do to this vehicle before I can drive it, before I can live in it, is I need to get the dog hair out of it. Because if you've seen any of the other videos with this car, you know that this car has lots of dog hair in it. So my mission today is to try and remove that. I'm not going to claim to be a detail expert in any way, shape, or form. In fact, I despise this kind of work. I like making it run, and pretty much after that, I just do what I can to try to keep it clean. But in a situation like this, where I got myself a new used car and I want to drive it and it's full of dog hair, well, I got to do what I got to do. One of the things I will do in this video that you might find helpful is I plan to remove the front seats. It's easier in a situation where you've got so much crap inside of a car. Just to take the seats out, you can clean the seats outside of the car, but instead of trying to fit down in between. So perhaps that information can be helpful to you. And I also hope to explore a few products that might remove pet odor. Right now what I've done is I threw an air freshener in there and rolled up the windows and walked away. It was kind of like throwing a grenade. So far that's masked the smell, but I'm pretty sure on a warm summer day with the windows up, I'm gonna have a different experience. So I'm gonna try a variety of things to try to get pet odor out in addition to the hair. Let's get those front seats out and get to sucking. It's been my experience that seats are much easier to remove without the headrest attached. So there's just a little lever here on this one. And usually you can just pull them right out, just like this. And now you get to see the nature of my pain. Two fasteners in the front. Sometimes you'll find these under like plastic covers. These are 14s, so I'm just going to remove those. And I'm going to use an impact, and the reason I'm going to use an impact is because it's a good these usually go all the way through into the floor, and if the car is particularly rusty, you might have a problem here. And in my opinion, taking things out with an impact that are really rusty is a lot easier than not. I am gonna zap these two front ones out, and then we're gonna move the seat forward and get the other ones out. And now I'll move the seat forward. It just gets worse. Okay, there's a pen under there. This is why I wear gloves in people's cars. A lot of you ask me, you're like, Eric, you always say stay dirty, but why are you wearing gloves? This is why. Okay, sometimes, like I said, you got plastic covers. You just gotta find how they're attached on there. I'm just gonna use this flathead screwdriver to try and relieve this one of its perch here. There we go. Yay, money. We'll use this for the, I don't know, the fund. Looks like they have two fasteners holding it on back here. We got one here and one here. And then I'm going to come over here and remove this cover. There we go. More money. We like that. We'll get the rest of this changed in a minute. I'm going to worry about getting the seat out first. And if these come with washers like this, try to keep them in the correct order. But I'm gonna put these on top of the car because I'll be in here with the vacuum cleaner, and I don't want this to go anywhere. Yeah, like I'm worried about the paint. Might as well put these up there too. All right, now I'm gonna move the seat back again. And then I'm going to tip it up because there's almost always some kind of electrical connection that you need to disconnect. So that's what I'm doing here. So I just disconnected this, and now the seat is free to come out. There it is. As you can see, it's going to be a lot easier to clean this carpet out without that in the way. This is disgusting. So I'm going to pick up the change on this side, and I'm going to remove the other seat. And the other seat's going to remove the exact same way and get started on my cleaning. It's like one of those cash back deals that you get when you buy a car. I'm gonna put these not in my change yet until I get a chance to clean out the hair. Okay, once again, ew. If you ever have to remove a dash, one of the best things to do is take the seats out. You see how much more room you get. I guess now it's time for an initial shop vacuum. You might want to go grab a snack. I think this is going to take a little while. One suggestion is if you have a dome light, before you do this, if you're going to be at it a while, might as well turn that thing off so you don't run the battery down. While doing this, I found an interesting little tidbit. There's a little black strap here that if you pull it, I can actually tip up the whole back seat. So I'll be able to clean all that out too. Can't forget about back here. The grossness of this car knows no bounds. I'm also going to vacuum these seats out. I got some more change down in here that I'm going to get out of here. Change can really jam up a seat track and make it so that it doesn't work. So keep an eye out for that. Now I've gone through this whole process of vacuuming out dog hair before. I've had another car with the same issue and ended the same way. A lot of time spent. So I know that the shop vac is not going to get everything out of the fabric. So what I got is, this is a Pet hair roller, and I'm going to use this in addition to my vacuuming to try and get the rest of the stuff out of there. But yes, it's just a one of those lint roller kind of things that you can find just about anywhere, and I'm just gonna try to get up the rest that the shop vac can't get, because those little hairs just slip down between the fabric and you'll be there forever. And in fact, this car is gonna be clean, but it's never gonna be clean. If I had my way, I'd just replace the carpet and just be done with it. But we're on a budget, so we're going to try to, do as much as we can with what we have. Lint roller. See, that's getting up a lot more stuff. And there's certain areas in the car where I think this is going to be the only option. But this is the driver's seat, so I'm going to try to get this guy as clean as I can get him. And then once it gets saturated, you got to unroll it a little more. There's like perforated things, and when you get to the end of one of those perforated deals, you can just hold it and peel it off. And repeat. And repeat. And repeat. Once it loses its sticky, it's junk, but you can see that I've been at this with a shop vac for a while, but it's just not enough. I'm very much hoping that it works back here, because this is where this stuff just didn't want to come out with a shop vac. And sorta. Sorta helps. I'm just gonna have to keep doing this forever. It's a little better. I've been vacuuming on this thing for what seems like a day, and there are some areas with the dog hair that just will not come out. Now, I've tried this thing, and in my opinion, it's almost useless, but somebody suggested that I just take some duct tape and try that. So we'll try that for a bit to see if that'll pull some of the other dog hair out of there, because like I said, some of it is just not going to come out. So this is about the struggle. So you can struggle with me, Mein Kampf. Let's give that duct tape a shot and see if that works any better. Okay, it's gonna take a while, but I'm gonna say this duct tape is actually working better than the store-bought remover was on this task. It's just, I mean, it's not 100%. I would say that the store-bought thing was probably about 25%. I would say this is probably closer to 75% effective. Especially once you get the hang of it. Yeah, this is doing a much better job, and it's probably something you have already, so you don't have to buy it. Man, the uses of duct tape are boundless. This is sort of the before, this is the after. More effective, yes, but you're gonna be here a while. We're inside the tailgate now, and I'm just gonna show you just a little tip on this technique with the duct tape that seems to really help. Is don't just go like this, like try to go to this, once you stick it, try to move it to the side a little bit. This seems to really help grab hold of the stuff that's there. And you know, it's just never going to be 100%. I mean, you'll be here forever trying to get it all out, but I mean, at least for me, this duct tape is working probably better than anything so far. I mean, yeah, we had to get the bulk of it out with the shop vac, but once that was done, there's still some that remains in areas like this. As you can see, I'm having much better results with this duct tape and pulling stuff out than I was with that roller thing. So this is where we're at. Yeah, we got some stains and stuff on the carpet, but I've gone ahead and wiped down the interior. I just used like the same window cleaner that I used on the windows, and I also wiped the windows and stuff down. So now I've got most of the majority of the hair is gone, but there's still, you know, some in there, but there was so much. There's still some areas where I had some difficulty and couldn't get it all off, so I'm gonna have to see if I can find some way to do that. Right, well, I've had about enough of playing with duct tape and rolls of sticky whatever to try and get dog hair out. I believe I've gotten most of it out. So now I'm gonna start with the carpet because there's gonna be some odor associated with pets. Now, I used to be a landlord, and I can say that probably, in my opinion, the best thing to remove pet odor is something that I don't have. And it's a product called Odor Exit. It's ODORXIT. But that stuff's like 50 bucks a bottle. So I don't have that here. And it's probably something that may not be in your budget as well. But that, I can say without a doubt, is really good at removing pet odor. And probably worth the money you spend on it if you can find it. But I went out and got this product. I'm not being paid for this at all. I just grabbed it because it had the little scrubby thing on the end of it. But I'm gonna read the instructions. And I'm gonna start with my driver's seat because, let's face it, that's where I'm gonna live. So I want that to be as clean as it can be. Vacuum loose dirt from surface, shake well and spray evenly on fabric. Rub foam into fabric with bristle cap. That's that guy there. Until foam disappears. Wipe area with clean cloth and vacuum when dry. So once again, we're gonna be vacuuming. And that pretty much covers it. So I'm going to, like I said, I'm gonna start with the driver's seat. That way I'm sure that at least that part's clean, and I'm gonna try it on some of the other stains on the carpet. And the reason why I got this particular type is because it is basically made to remove odor. So that's the idea of what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to get rid of the dog and bring in the humans again. It smells nice. Actually, I can see and smell a difference already. I don't know if it's just because it's masking it or if it's actually working, but I like it. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but it's actually lighter. Now, once again, I'm going to say that I'm not being paid to talk about this product, but look at the difference between the lower and the upper. The upper still has that dinge to it, whereas the lower, I mean, that really did clean it up. So I'm going to continue on. Brings a whole new level to my show, you know, considering I like to get dirty. Can actually take this brush off. Let's do a side-by-side comparison with the passenger seat. Okay, to be fair, the passenger seat, which is here on the left, does not get as much use as the driver's seat. But just looking side by side, at least to me, I can notice a fairly significant difference between the two, and that wasn't a whole lot of effort on my part yet. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't see much point in using my expensive cleaner on my floor mats for two reasons. One, floor mats can easily be replaced. Secondly, when I wash the exterior, I'm just going to wash these. You can wash these with soap and water. You don't really have to go to this extreme, but once again, you can replace floor mats. And also consider what it is I do. I mean, my feet aren't exactly the cleanest, so I don't care if these get dirty. But I'm going to go in and try to touch up a couple of spots on the carpet, and mostly to get the carpet to smell better. This is where we find out if this stuff is really working. keep in mind this is consumer grade stuff. It's not commercial grade, what have you. So personally, I think for what it is, it ain't so bad. And I like the odor eliminating qualities of it. Alright, is that better? I would say yes. Is it gone? No. Is it good enough? Most certainly. Well, I've gone through, emptied that can around as much of the carpet as I could, went back over the seats again, and then I went back through the car and vacuumed everything else out, and again, I vacuumed the seats out, and that did help knock some more of that hair loose, so I was able to get some more out. But I am positive that I'm never going to get rid of all of it. So the next step is I'm going to take some of this stuff, once again, not being paid for using this product. But initially what I'd done is I'd gone through and cleaned the dash with just some Windex and one of my shop rags. But I've now gotten a microfiber cloth, and I'm just going to go around the whole dash area and the interior and all those other parts. And this particular stuff that I got actually has air freshening, new car smell to it. Once again, I'm trying to eliminate the whole dog smell thing, and just doing the carpet has helped considerably. Although I'm sure it's going to take another application. In fact, I only had enough for the passenger part. I didn't have enough for the rear hatch area, which is, I'm sure, where the dogs were hanging out most. So I'm probably going to grab another can of that and go back over that carpet back there. But I do believe we're making some serious progress. And after I go over this dash with this protectant, I think we're going to be there. Here we go. Just a quick note, though, before I get started. Something that I've known to be a problem in the past is you don't want to spray this protectant on this clear plastic in the area on the instrument cluster. It may fog up the glass and cause a problem. So be particularly careful in this area, and if you're going to do this, spray it on the cloth first and then rub it, but don't get it on any of that clear plastic, because if you do, it may fog it up and it'll defeat the whole purpose of doing this. Okay, here's another little tip. You can see, like down inside here, you've got a bit of dirt. So what I'll do in that situation is I'll take my pocket screwdriver on my rag and I'll just go into the area inside the vents. This car's looking better already. Smells way better. This also works in these areas like in here. Just don't push too hard. You just want to just sort of run it in that little crease, and that'll help a lot there. After much cleaning and cleaning and cleaning, I believe I finally have this thing to a place where I can actually stand to drive it. The dog hair isn't completely gone, it's mostly gone, and I'm going to say that it's probably never going to completely go away. But the dashboard is cleaner now. I think the other thing besides the whole dog issue was that this car does not have air conditioning, so I'm pretty sure that the windows were down pretty much most of the time, which allowed a lot of dirt and stuff to get in the cabin area, which is a lot of what I was also cleaning up. But I think now if you look around, it looks presentable, it smells presentable. I'm pretty happy and proud of the results, and I'm gonna be honest, it's taken a couple of days. There was the first getting all the big chunks out, and then came back for the second round today for the fine tuning, the carpet cleaning, and the second cleaning of the interior, the dashboard and all that. But I am much happier with what I have now than what I had before. So now let's put the seats back in and floor mats and get a look at it and call it a day on this one. I also went through and cleaned up back here and all that. Added a quart of oil and a quart of transmission fluid and a rag in case I needed it. Coolant is something I don't normally carry with me. It'd be good to have a container. In fact, I could probably grab one through my owner's manual and everything back here with the first aid kits. But I'm pretty happy with. Don't forget to plug stuff in that you unplugged. Now, at least on this one, there's a different size fastener than this, and it goes in this upper portion here. And once again, you want to make sure that you don't cross thread this stuff and that you thread it in by hand first. These can be tricky. See, there's a little tab there. It's got to clip in to this hole. And in this one, there's a hook. It's got to clip onto there. Sometimes you won't hear a click. It'll just, if it's secure, it's secure. Well, that was actually a couple of days, many hours both days. I think in total it probably took me close to 8 hours. I'm going to be the first to admit that I am not a car detailer. In fact, I think I might wash my cars maybe once a year. It's not really my forte. However, I really couldn't drive this one the way it was. The smell of dog, the dog hair, that's something I really didn't want to live with, so I put forth the effort. Once again, if it were me, I just would have replaced the carpet. That would have been the easiest way to do it. You could probably send the seats off to be steam cleaned instead of doing what I did, but the product I use actually worked pretty good. The interior smells much better than it did when I started. It's a world away from what it was. I'm very pleased with the results of my labors. Now I've got some other issues to deal with on this, but I hope that what I went through on this vehicle is going to help you should you have to deal with removing pet hair. Duct tape seemed to be the best thing. That roller deal that I got was kind of a waste of money. So just go for the simple stuff. And other people have told me like a rubber squeegee is also something that works really well on pet hair because it creates a static charge and it actually pulls the hair up out of the fabric, which is really the issue because the hair will embed itself into the fabric. And then that's why I say it's never really going to go away. It's always going to sort of leach out over time because it's ever present. But I hope the information that in the struggle that I went through in this video was going to give you useful information should you have to deal with something like this or you just want to clean out the inside of your car. But like I said, super happy with the results on this. So I'm actually going to be able to drive it. Now I got to work on some mechanical things, but that's another video now, isn't it? I'm Eric the Car Guy. You can always find me at EricTheCarGuy.com or you can find me on Facebook and Twitter and now on Google+. And around here, we close with, say it with me now, say it with me, be safe, have fun, and of course, stay dirty. Or in this case, get clean, getting dirty. Get dirty, getting clean. I'm all confused. I'll catch you guys later. Now this gives a whole new meaning to the phrase, stay dirty. Somebody left a dog in this car.